All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way. The truth is the light.
I need to have another one of these.
Amen, amen.
Gee. I kind of.
This is way over the edge. Like we it's not even over the edge. We died already.
This is beyond the event horizon. Like we about to hit the vortex.
Yeah, we about to hit the vortex.
Yeah, yeah.
Before we get into the intro, I want y'all to look at this tweet. It's one of many. Just take that in. We'll be right back.
Our country is winning again. In fact, we're winning so much that we really don't know what to do about it. People are asking me, please, 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 Mr. President, we're winning too much. We can't take it anymore. We're not used to winning in our country. Until you came along, we're just always losing, but now we're winning too much. And I say, no, 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 you're going to win again. You're going to win big. You're going to win bigger than ever.
So no kick either. No, I got it. How about a little heel turn?
How you die does not redeem how you lived. You do not become a hero in your death when you are a weapon of the enemy in your life.
Well, negotiations, right? Politics.
And we're out of time. So
New black Moses here to free the slaves. From the Democrats, break the chain, walk away, make America great again. They want to see our babies dead and our men in a cage. Block our freedom of speech, take away our 12 gauge. Dump Trump, are you drinking booze? Check the past. We ain't got nothing to lose. We had little boy Bush who didn't give a fuck, who came after Clinton who just got his dick sucked. Then I'll bring change. That's what I do. What's a bummer? He never did shit for you. Please, back to back, we will play like fools. For men and women's restrooms, pissing on the stools. Put illegal immigrants over people like me. No habla inglés, then ICE. I ain't done. I'm coming back.
Jesus Christ. Is this a joke? Huh? Are you joking right now?
This is an uppercut. It's not fucking up. I'm top 2 and definitely not the runner. I ain't got the moan to block the bubbles and
Hey, y'all, Gravity, any evening above ground living. I hope you had a fantastic Saturday. I know it's weird to hear me on a Saturday evening, but we in here. Something happened, so we're not going to talk about that, but it's okay. It's nothing bad on my end, but, you know. I figure, why wait till Thursday? Maybe even Wednesday to do this. We could do this tonight. Fam. Another one has left MAGA. Now, I know you could go ask them and tell you they didn't really jump off the MAGA train because, you know, they just disappointed. Your social media says different.
Assumption is the mother of all fuck-ups.
This is Shemeka Michelle. Yes, you may have seen her around. I became aware of her about a decade ago when she was on Tommy Sotomayor's channel. You know, she was that, you know, them white racist love, that base black woman who's gonna go against narratives and things of that nature. She was talking. She was white girl rapping out there. She was promoting her book. I said, let me read the book. I went through the first 2 chapters and I haven't cracked that book open since. This shit was boring. So I said, all right. Didn't hear much from her for years because, you know, I wasn't on Twitter like that. And then I get back on Twitter. She hooks up with Whitlock. She has her own podcast called Cut the Bull. Okay. And she out here white girl rapping. Then a funny thing happens. You know, Trump gets back in. Everybody's happy. Everybody's la-di-da and everything. And then, you know, as we predicted, he was going to pull a heel turn. It was going to be one of them slow burn heel turns. And he was going to show you how much of a corporate president he was. He's beholden to the 8 national owners and controllers of global financialized capital. He has been bought by the Middle East. She was one of them that said she didn't want to believe it, but then the signs started coming up and she had to believe it. And it's gotten so bad that since they lobbed bombs at Iran, she has officially left the Trump train. And you know what?
I prayed for this and it happened.
It's a beautiful thing to watch when these black conservatives get their wake-up call. Yes, family, tonight, I didn't want to spoil it, but we're going to spoil it. Yes, family, tonight, and I hope Torian's still here because he's going to be summoned later if he's still here, because there's a certain issue that we have to go over that I need his expertise on. He knows who this is. But yes, we have ourselves a beautiful, beautiful wake-up call. Pick up the phone, damn it. That's right. She got her wake-up call. You see what happens when you get out of your box and you want to start talking like you got some sense? They don't like that. We're going to take a look at all that. We're going to go through a brief rundown of her history and what has happened currently. But before we get into all that, we gonna let y'all finish the raps.
Stay where you are. I said stay where you at. I got more to say, cause I'm tired of being played. And I'ma be who I am, but right now I don't give a damn. Some say he's racist and tweets like a kid, while overlooking all the good shit that he did. I ain't ashamed of my president a little bit. I'd rather have the apple.
Keep a pin in that. She said she's not ashamed of her president even a little bit. Now, yes, this was years ago, but keep a pin in that.
Male than a little bitch. Dems don't care. It's a fact. It's true. Ain't you tired of being raped in the ass? Me too.
Wait a minute. Why are we talking about? Yeah. Fuck it.
Who the hell told you tonight was open mic night, bitch?
Anyway, let's see who's in the building. Maul J, hello. JD Informant, hello. Cosmo Fury, hello. Miss Nisi, hello. Reparations Nation, hello. Priscilla Taylor, hello. Brother Torian, I hope you're still here, but hello. Gamers Den, hello. Emperor Rex, hello. Alex Jackson, hello. I think that's it. And for those who haven't said anything in the live chat or the comments, hello. All right. I know I played videos at the beginning, but, you know, we're going to do the customary house cleaning, and then we're going to get into it because we got a medium amount of information to cover.
Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is use permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
You know, let me go here. There's a growing concern.
Now, this video is almost 8 minutes long. I'm not going to play it. We got too much to cover, medium amount. So I just want you to read this. Now, this is Brandon Straka, this fraud. He did the walkaway movement, this fraud. Now, this was, I want to say 2020. Okay, so this was a day before Trump lost. He lost. She was in Detroit. They had a rally for Trump. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. So he said, I saw with my own eyes today, every media camera in Detroit stopped filming and turned away when Shemeka Michelle stepped up to speak. The media still doesn't want anyone to know that Black women thrive in MAGA and MAGA loves all people. MAGA loves all people. That's what he said. And 6 years later, you're watching them denigrate everybody. But okay. Including women. That's their number one target. But okay. So I'll just leave Shemeka Michelle's speech here for you. As I said, we're not going to play it because we don't care. Then we get to this here. Now, this was 2018, October 10th. And we know what happened on October 10th, 2018. Not much, because Trump didn't do much. But she said, fellow Blacks, it's already a problem. Blacks. Okay. If you're able but unwilling to meet with President Trump, shut your brown pie holes. Walk away, stay mad. Brown pie holes. Okay, brown. Okay. Black and brown. You're playing black and brown. Let's see what she said.
Get to work! Niggas.
We start off already like a Boondocks episode. Okay, everybody wanted to be the Boondocks in 2018. All right, go ahead.
Niggas. You can't live with them, can't kill them, and get away with it.
Okay, this is this seems like it's gonna be special. You can't kill them. You can't get away with killing them. Whatever she said. Oh, we're advocating killing black people. Okay. I mean, sure. That's your sentiment. Sure. Man, that includes you too. But okay. Okay. Continue. And yes, she has Make America Naked Again. She has a red MAGA hat. Okay. All right. Go ahead.
Oh, wait. Yes, you can. Anyway, black people. I am sick and tired of hearing you whine and complain about the black people who have been afforded the opportunity to go to the White House and speak with the president in reference to issues affecting the black community.
Okay, let's just get this out the way early. Madam, them coons that went to the Young Black Leadership Summit, because that's what you're referencing, they didn't go there to talk about any issue pertaining to the black community. Maybe we need to explain this to you, because I'm pretty sure you went and you're going to tell this lie, because honestly, nobody has any type of recordings of them talking to Trump privately or even in a group of people that are probably going to be mostly white, talking about the struggles of the black community. The only videos we saw out of that Young Black Leadership Summit, those 2 years, 18 and 19, was him talking about, look at all these black people in the room, and bringing up old Pancake Critter and the one chick with the box braids who just disappeared off the earth. And you had ABL and Amazing Lucas and Candace Owens and Tatum Tots and the rest of them black conservative coons running around. It was like, it looked like it was a forest in DC. It was crazy. What issues did y'all bring up in the black community? And it should be very, very disrespectful to all of y'all if y'all claim y'all did that and nothing's changed. But y'all supposed to be the black conservatives that's supposed to care about black people. But it seems like the ones that y'all love to knock, us, the black grassroots, we've actually progressed the black people forward more than you have. Oh, wait, that's right. That's right. You had to invoke Thomas Sowell to do it. That's right. Y'all forgot to name him while y'all did it. If you'd have said that, Trump might have paid attention. Go ahead. Continue.
Get to work. Listen. If you don't think these people are well versed enough and you believe you are or know someone who is, instead of sitting on your radio show, D.L. Hughley.
Keep a pin in that radio show. You're knocking that man for having a radio show, but now you have a podcast that you stream to X getting over 1,000 views per show. How'd that work? You said all that, knocked his radio show, and went and worked for the Blaze. The hypocrisy is real.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up.
Keep going.
Or your TV show, Don Lennon, or on the gram, Snoop Dogg.
Okay. That's funny that you said TV show. TV show. I heard that, right? Y'all heard that, right? TV show. Huh. Madam. Can I holler at you for a second? You know, black man to black woman. Let me holler at you. About that TV show. Weren't you on TV multiple times? Yes, you were. Yes, you were. Baby, don't you sit up there and lie. Yes, you were. You were on TV multiple times on one of your favorite networks. That's right, fam. She went on Fox News.
You know, let me go here. There's a growing concern.
And look who she talked to. The idiot with the bad hair piece. Jesse Waterhead. Let's see what she's going to talk about with old Jesse Waterhead, shall we? And then we'll get back to that video.
Get to work.
I don't really understand this idea that parents should decide what's being taught. I'm not a professional educator. I don't have a degree in social studies or science. We send our children to school because we want them to be taught by people who have an expertise in the subject area. And that is not my job.
Is that unbelievable? Nicole Hannah-Jones says this earlier in the week as she promotes the 1619 Project. The New York Times puts it out, makes it.
Damn, he took a day off. He didn't want to talk to this idiot. Get some.
Curriculum across the country, and it matters to every household watching right now. Is that true? Parents should have no say in education, and she's not a professional? I thought she's on Howard University's faculty. I want to talk about.
Oh, God. She's talking about early child development, sir. But okay. I don't wholly agree with what she said, but she said early development. You can only do so much as a parent, unless you plan to do homeschooling 100% of the time. But go ahead, keep going.
About this with three perfect people who tackle topics like this on a daily basis. They have the Cut the Bull podcast co-hosts. They are Professor Wilfred.
Why is my man so
Charles
close?
Love from Charleston, South Carolina. Shemeka Michelle is joining us. Together, they are cutting the bull. Shemeka, I'll start with you. I was shocked to hear that. Terry McAuliffe tried that. He's no longer a candidate to governor. He lost. What does he have against parents, Shemeka?
Brian, you know, Nicole Hannah-Jones is a prime example of what happens when a woman marries a man who takes her last name. And I can't help but wonder if she attributes her success to hard work and determination, or the fact that she is a mixed American. And so therefore she's where she is because she's privileged, because
I thought conservatives don't do the colorism. Wait a minute, madam. So you went on Fox News to knock a mixed black woman, right? Listen to me. Yet you went to the Young Black Leadership Summit and was around number of mixed people. Y'all, I tell you, the hypocrisy is real.
Be quiet! Shut up!
Shemeka Michelle, let me talk to you. Madam, you were at that summit, right? And Amala Ekpanobi was there. She's a mixed black woman who used to be a liberal. So she's basically Nicole Hannah-Jones if she didn't griff. The chick with the box braids I mentioned before, she was mixed. Amazing Lucas is mixed. So I'm just gonna say, since she introduced colorism, I might as well, and this is no knock on nobody in the room because I love y'all. Black woman, as a dark-skinned black woman, you had the nerve to say that bullshit. You know what? This was the time when you were still fucking with Tommy. I know. That bullshit rubbed off on you. You went in front of white people and played colorism instead of attacking her argument. I could understand if you did this in front of Lawrence B. Jones. He would have pushed back on you, but I could understand you doing that there because, you know, you're among quote unquote family. Okay, you said she's not mixed. So I don't know where she got that from, but again, she's playing colorism games because she saw light skin. All right. But still, you're a dark-skinned black woman and you pull that on Fox News in front of a white man with two alleged black person. No, Wallow J, no, I did say she's claiming, we going off what she said. She claimed that Nicole is mixed. She said a mixed American. And that person said that she's not mixed. So if she's not mixed, then I'll take that back. But that's still crazy that you went in front of a white man and said that shit. Let's keep going.
she's half white. I think it's an
She's
insult
half
to
white?
parents that you feel
Somebody
like
said
we
she
don't
not.
have the
Let me
intelligence to
look.
decide what our kids should be learning. Of course, we should have some type of
Half
input.
white.
Am I, the
Okay.
person to teach my child calculus? No.
Wait, it said her
However,
mama
do I
white.
think my child should be taught calculus through the prism of racism
Huh,
or
so she is
race?
mixed. Okay,
Absolutely
keep going.
not.
Charles, on top of that, I think it's just so interesting.
Mama's check.
We know day-to-day lesson plans, it takes an expertise. We're not saying that. But in terms of what she's getting to, and that's the history of this country built on stolen land off slavery. That's what she wants to get across.
What the fuck? Whoa, white man. Say that again.
I think
Say that again, Mr.
burying
White
the
man.
lead. On top of that, I think it's just so interesting in that we know day-to-day lesson plans, it takes an expertise. We're not saying that. But in terms of what she's getting to, and that's the history of this country built on stolen land off slavery. That's what she wants to get across.
Motherfucker. What do you think this land was built on? Oh, no. Sir, how can y'all sit up there and get pissed off that somebody wanted to make sure people are taught the correct history of this country, but then brag on certain aspects of the same history? Y'all get pissed off when somebody brings up slavery, but then y'all brag that y'all knocked off the Indians. How do you? Damn. It's amazing. Oh, Don P, they know. They're going to tell you it's a truthful lie or a figmented truth. Damn. Keep going.
Yeah, it's terrible. I think that we're
I
burying
ain't gonna
the
hold
lead
you.
here. To be fair to her,
Nah,
I don't think she was
you know what?
saying
He ain't in the room. Y'all can
parents
tell him
shouldn't be
later.
involved, but she's still
This would
wrong
be,
because what
fam,
she's
this would be
saying is,
Cosmo
we don't
Fury
want
if he was a
parents
coon.
writing curriculum. We know no one's saying that, right? We're saying that the teacher should teach, but the parents should say what shouldn't be taught when things are inappropriate. And to the history thing, my book, Race Crazy, has a chapter on every essay in the 1619 Project. Why I say they're burying the lead is what she said in this interview. Earlier, she said that it's not a work of history, it's a work of memory. And now in this interview, she said both, that it's a journalistic project, not a history project, and that she's not an educator. Well, if that's the case, it shouldn't be taught to kids. And if they're going to do it, I would challenge all these people who are lauding this new book she has to take my book and teach them both and use it as a critical thinking exercise and see which is really the true history.
Professor,
did you just say she has to teach the true history? Oh, okay, keep going.
Headlines on 1619, if you push back on it, that means you're denying that Reconstruction failed and that slavery existed. There's a
What the hell did he just say? You heard him. Reconstruction failed. Oh no, he said it.
Truth between those two.
Take my book and teach them both and use it as a critical thinking exercise and see which is really the true history.
Professor, the headlines on 1619, if you push back on it, that means you're denying that Reconstruction failed and that slavery existed. There's a truth between those two things, isn't there?
Well, of course there is. Exercise and see which is really the true history.
Professor, the headlines on 1619, if you push back on it, that means you're denying that Reconstruction failed and that slavery existed. There's a
What? How do you say that? Okay, keep going.
There's a truth between those two things, isn't there?
Oh, God.
Well, of course there is. I will say that Nicole Hannah-Jones' original comments fall into what I call the cult of the professional or the cult of the expert, which is this idea that you
Nigga, get out of that co-ed's room. That's what you need to do. Let me stop. That's fucked up. Let me stop.
can't criticize anyone with any kind of upper middle class degree, for example, a DEI consultant. And I really think that's pretty silly. I mean, there's expertise like surgery that's the product of long, methodical training. Then there's expertise like teaching or coaching that most people have done at some level, leading meetings. I'm an educator myself, where the average parent really can have input. And yeah, the average parent is correct to say it doesn't sound like 1619 is an unbiased view of U.S. racial history. That's something an average smart person absolutely can figure out. That's correct.
Shemeka, looking at where we're at right now, what does it
What the hell did
say
he just
in your
say?
mind that she's still on the bestseller list? Is, you know, that people are buying this, that more and more cities are in.
Okay, here we go. Sir, we're bringing up bestsellers list when we've already found out that the publisher buys multiple copies so the book can get it into the quote unquote circulation so people can see, hey, you know what? This might sound like something worth reading. You're really going to bring that up? Oh, no. This is going to be fun.
Encompassing this in their curriculum. Like it or not, even though we seem to agree that the statement doesn't work for parents in America, there's people buying into this, and there's a bunch of first, third, seventh, and ninth graders that are learning this because it's going to be on the test.
It says to me that we have a lot of lost Americans. If we're trying to move forward, the way to do that is to stop looking back and stop trying to change history.
A black woman said this. Yes, the 1619 Project was a bestseller. Yes, it was. A black woman just said that. Now, I ain't caping for Nicole Hannah-Jones because sometimes she be coming off coonish. But how you a black woman keep talking about move forward? But the second somebody degrades you, you the first one to come outside and start talking about your lineage. You hypocrite. Wait, you on the ambulance catch your strays? This is why you don't work in Jersey City, sir. You know how dangerous it is. Get out of Jersey City, sir. Get out of Newark. Get away from Irvington. Get away from Orange. East, West, and South. Get away from Edison, my nigga. Go to Hoboken, son. Go save some fake ass Italians. Go to Weehawken, my nigga. I know there's too many Hispanics over there, but go to Weehawken, sir. I done told you about this. Sir, I'm a New Yorker. You talking about me popping shit. That's what we do, sir. I'm going to pop some more shit. As a New Yorker, former and current in my blood, body, and soul, y'all niggas sell 50% of your stake in the George Washington Bridge. You niggas got to pay for that. You heard what I said. Now back to this video. This black woman really just said what we heard her say. We got to stop looking at the past to move forward. But when she was on the Trump train and they were knocking him, she was the first one to come outside and defend him, bringing up his old shit.
I'm all for teaching anything about America in truth and entirety, but when you surround everything with race, I don't think that's moving forward. So I think it says a lot about where we are as America.
Okay, ma'am, you and I went to high school, middle school, and elementary school. Everything history-based was racial. Everything mathematics was racial. Hell, they're starting to bring biology into it. They made it racial. Language arts, racial. Give me more subjects. Psychology and literature, racial. Modern American literature, racial. God forbid you wanted to read a black author. Nigga, you lost your NJ card when you were using your electric bike down the West Side Highway. Nigga, leave me alone. But I get it. Nigga over here bragging that he biked across the George Washington Bridge. Nigga went on the bridge looking for Spider-Man and the Green Goblin fighting each other. Nigga, instead of watching them fight, save Mary Jane from falling. Or Gwen Stacy, my nigga. I hope they get the Chauvin treatment. Let's continue.
And what we need to do to actually overcome the places that we've been.
Motherfucker said overcome.
Charles, you say race crazy. America's about race crazy. We should be Americans and then whatever your nationality is. American Irish, American Italian, American African. How do we get back to
American African? That's what he said. American African, American Irish, American Italian. Who the fuck says these terms? I ain't never heard them terms a day in my life. But okay, go ahead, keep going.
American mattering more?
Well, that's the problem. When you're so focused on race, you're not going to solve any problems. I give them their argument and say, there are problems. There are policing problems. There are education and income gaps. But you're not going to solve them by just carrying signs and saying, well, it's all systemic racism. One, it's not all. I am not saying.
Hold up. And it's funny that he said that because years later, they were outside with signs protesting and got shit changed at Columbia University. Guess some. But they talk about carrying signs does nothing. Hey, jackass. They carried signs on January 6th and shit changed now, didn't it? Oh, they had signs out there that day. Remember, I was on the ground. I saw it all. They had signs out there. They had signs. They had tables. They had t-shirts. They had everything. Shit changed after that day now, didn't it? All right, keep going.
And clearly here, that is not a percentage of. What that percentage is it 2? Is it 20? I don't know, but I know it's not 100. And when we become race crazy, that's all we see. So
race
if someone
crazy.
gets shot, it's race. If
Race
someone
crazy.
is sick, it's race. How do we fix anything that way? So you talk about getting back to it. We need to get back to actually focusing on things that will work. Just think about what.
Sir, how many times y'all talk about white people on y'all's podcast? Race crazy. Okay. Shemeka Michelle videos stay talking about black people. She will talk about some race crazy. Okay. Okay.
They propose, and if it won't fix anything, just don't be afraid to cast it aside. Don't let them call you racist or whatever the case may be. That's just BS. It's not going to work, so I'm not going for it. You can't teach me that my 10-year-old tell my 10-year-old that he is the reason why racism exists and think you're going to fix it. It's silly. Or telling black people that you need to learn math the black way. That's not helping anything. And until people wake up and stand up and speak out against it, nothing's going to change.
I like how you said that, Charles. You want to explain to us why you went on Fox News and said this? Removing university namesakes is a slippery slope. That's race. Oh my God. You see, they love being hypocrites. You went on Fox News with these these sinners' white vampire eyes talking about removing university namesakes is a slippery slope. You was probably advocating to keep the statues up of all them Confederate soldiers, right? Okay. Michelle, I got a whole live about 2025. Wait till we do Vision 2030. Oh man, Wednesday or Thursday is gonna be fun. And they got a bunch of countries on that script. Oh, it's about to be fun. But god damn, go ahead, Charles. I was gonna give Consummate Fury another stray, but I'm gonna leave him alone. The nigga might fuck around and put on the siren. Let me stop. Let me leave him alone. Let's get back to that video of Shemeka Michelle talking shit. Go ahead. Go ahead, dark-skinned black woman. Yes, Vision 2030. You stay tuned, Wallow J. We're gonna have fun with that.
instead of sitting and complaining, why don't you get with, let's say, the not doing shit Black caucus and actually do something? See, I respect the person that says I may not be politically
Motherfucker, you've done nothing except talk. You ain't been outside. You ain't outside educating. You bitching in front of a podcast mic. I've at least gone outside and tried to change shit. You waiting for somebody to pay you to go outside. You waiting for Glenn Beck to pay you through Whitlock to go on Whitlock show to talk shit. Now you got the podcast, so you're hoping that Elon will throw you a couple bucks for you to go out there and you talking shit. Go ahead, keep going.
happy. I may not have all of the knowledge, but
And it wasn't lost on me that she has that African shirt on. It wasn't lost on me. I was hoping somebody would have peeped it, but that's okay. This is, you know what this is? This is the picture of that Black woman with all the Africanized stuff on her in the bed naked with the white man who's a whole Confederate. Acting like she for her people. That's how they sound.
what I do have is an open door that I'm going to walk through. See, many of you have the means to actually get in spaces that a lot of us don't have, yet you're not doing anything but complaining and sitting around saying President Trump's not doing anything for Black people. Well, if I remember correctly, we had a Black man in office for 8 years who didn't do anything historic for Black people except be in office. If I remember correctly, for 8 years, we watched Black men be slain in the streets like dogs. And not only did Obama not do anything, I don't even remember him speaking out strongly against it. So
why did we expect Obama to do it, man? Especially after what he did with the Trayvon Martin situation, we didn't expect him to say shit. The man was in the middle of a presidential re-election campaign. That shit happened. He wasn't gonna piss off them white folk by advocating for Trayvon. That's why he said what he said. Trayvon could be my son. That was the most 50-50 answer he could have given. So miss me.
Saying President Trump's not doing anything, please be reminded that Obama didn't do shit for Black people. All we did, though, for him was make excuses, saying things like, he can't do anything. His hands are tied.
Motherfucker, you said the same thing during Trump's first administration. You was blaming Democrats all day. She over here doing this coon maya maya. You see this? Look at the coon maya maya she gonna do that. This shit come out gray and black. You see that shit? Coon maya may MAGA. That's how she sounded back then. Go ahead. I'm sure Massa Roshi taught her that. Not Master, Massa. Go ahead.
Well, did we have a slave in the White House? Because if that's the case, then he should have been the first one to walk away.
Your current president right now is a slave in the White House. Maybe you didn't know that. But all right. That's cool. So that one's done. Look. She about to go Super Saiyan 2. Look, that's crazy. All right. This was October 7th, and we know what happened 5 years later. But she said, headed to church to confess. I like winning. Hashtag MAGA. Okay. I mean, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. Don't you think that's cool? I think that's cool. This is cool too. Happy Mother's Day to all the MAGA moms. The MAGA movement is full of wonderful, hardworking mothers that deserve to be celebrated this holiday. Oh, MAGA moms. Okay, the MAGA moms. You know, the coke sniffers. Okay, that's cool. I'm sure that's cool. I think that's cool. I think that's cool. And then we start going forward. Now, this was last year, April. Now, this person, Brendan Dilley, we know about him. We know about him. He one of them right wingers who I'll just say this. If you ever want to meet a degenerate, he could be a template. We'll just say that. He put this out. There's an entire generation of Americans who have no idea how great this country and its culture once was. Okay. And I see what he's doing. He's putting up these pictures trying to show how united America was. Okay. Sir, all right. I see what you're doing. It ain't gonna work. You can show all the happy ass pictures of back in the day you want. There was still racial tension in this country. But it's okay. I know you wanna bless. I know. So she wrote this hashtag MAGA. Now, this was last year, 11 months ago. Right? We'll go back a little bit. There's something I want y'all to listen to. I think it'd be interested for y'all. She went to talk to her friend Whitlock, but I want y'all to listen to what she's going to say. And then I'm going to show you something. And then I'm going to show you something just to, again, highlight her hypocrisy. And how people like her, especially on the right or the left, they don't believe what they say.
You know, let me go here. There's a growing concern in.
Yeah, there he is. There's fake ass Clayface right there on the left. And there she is. She looking like, you know what? I'm not even going to go there. Yeah, I am. She looked like Joy Reid talking to that recruiter at Harvard. That's who she looked like. She looked a little too damn happy about to answer some questions. But that's okay. Let's see what she says.
That it's time to really now stand up, because when God comes, he's coming to Adam first. Jason.
I don't even know what that means, but maybe we'll get context later. Go ahead.
I think that liberal white women are the greatest enemy to America, and Black women are second.
Well, isn't that wonderful that she said that, right? Let's play it again for those who just came in the room, or, you know, you're probably doing something and you're like, what the hell did she say? You thought your ears were playing tricks on you and your brain was giving you the mental note that she said that, and you think your brain lying to you. You got to check the omega-3s that you are ingesting, because, you know, they all GMO now. Yeah, let's just make sure she said what she said.
Are the greatest enemies. And I think that liberal white women are the greatest enemy to America, and Black women are second.
Liberal white women are the greatest enemy to America, and Black women are second. A Black woman said that. So all of a sudden, what? You're not Black now? You're not a Black woman? So all these conservative coons just decide now, because they're on that side, they're all of a sudden not Black. Huh? Ma'am, they don't like you. Again, they tolerate you because you're a Black woman parroting their talking points. And again, the second you think for yourself, they turn on you, which we're going to show later. Keep going.
I think that they have produced a generation or generations of burly feminists and beta males. And I cannot believe that as a country that's supposed to be one nation under God, that we can so easily be compared right now to Sodom and Gomorrah. You know, in the story of Sodom and Gomorrah, Abraham pleaded with God when he said he was going to destroy them, that if he could just find, he went from 50, I believe, down to 10. If you can find just 10 righteous, will you save the city? He was thinking about the fact that his nephew Lot and his family, they lived there. Well, when the angels were sent to see what was really going on in the city, they couldn't find even 10 righteous people in the city. And it bothers me that we have a Black woman, a judge, who is potentially going to sit on the highest court of the land, that has no type of moral ground, who has
Okay, so the whole Ketanji Brown Jackson arc that the U.S. went through. And, shout out to America for giving a Black woman, well, a Jamaican woman, a whole arc for herself to focus America. No, she did not just say that you're going to put a woman on the Supreme Court that has no moral grounding when you've literally seen the Supreme Court have cases in front of them that would have furthered the country. They said no. And now you have both sides talking about packing the court with their sides type of judges. Because that's supposed to somehow give us a more fertile moral grounding. I tell you, they dumb. Keep going.
Has no type of righteous standing with her, that she could not even say a simple basic definition of what a woman is. And like you said, yes, it's in the Bible. Male and female created he them. It's not really that hard. And the fact that you don't have a backbone to stand on a simple definition lets me know that we can't really trust you with anything.
Ma'am, okay, I can't listen no more. Ma'am, you can't even stand on your own ideological principles. If you were so against the war, you wouldn't have went into MAGA. The first week, you would have burned your hat because Trump went over there and bombed Syria and Yemen. Now, go ahead and lie to me and tell me, oh, it was a leftover from Obama. He could have said no. If he's this... Okay. I was about to say something, but I would rather let the video say it from me. Play, video, play.
Let me go here. There's a growing concern in.
That's her in front of the Capitol building. Let's see what she said.
But listen, I got my eye on every Republican that's sitting quiet. I got my eye on every Republican that's not standing up. And I don't care where I have to go. I'll drag Lindsey Graham out the closet. And you
Really? You'll drag Lindsey Graham out the closet. Okay. She also said something to the effect of, I'd rather my president be an alpha male than a bitch. Ma'am, have you not seen what has been happening the last few days? Trump has looked like a bitch on the world stage to fucking Iran. Interesting. Which brings us to the show. And again, I wish Torian was here. He'd get a kick out of this. I'm going to give y'all about 30 seconds to go get something to eat. Because I'm telling you right now, when you see what I'm about to show y'all, y'all going to choke on whatever you eating on or drinking on. I promise you. What I found is hilarious. And it just goes to show, again, when you deviate from the script, they will destroy you.
Why do you feel a necessity to
You're
insult
acting
people?
again.
Is that
Where's the script? Where's the script? Read the script.
Is this a big defensive thing that you've
Read
got?
the script.
Why don't you read your own script?
Okay. Are you ready? Cal, is you ready? Shemeka found herself in a little bit of a back and forth with a certain individual that we are familiar with. We haven't heard this name in a while, but leave it to them to, I think that this is Torian's fault. I really think so. Well, I'm just going to blame him since I'm throwing strays according to Cosmo Fury at everybody today. I'm going to blame him for this.
You know, let me go here. There's a growing concern.
Okay. You see this, right? This tweet on the screen. This is from Milo, that cuck. This is in regards to something that happened for the last few weeks. You know, Candace Owens on this crusade to expose Charlie Kirk's deleters or deleter. And there's been a concerted effort, which has been exposed by a couple of people, that they've been paid to call Candace Owens a demon online, aka X, because nobody else cares outside. Because again, the Breakfast Club comment section exposed her irrelevancy off the internet. He wrote, "Did you take money to call Candace Owens a demon on X? If so, we want to hear from you." Let me rephrase. I got my hands on the list. Fess up now or I'll name you later this week alongside the pathetic, pitiful sum of money you accepted to do it. Okay? He wrote that. And then Candace responded, "Oh, I'm so here for the list." Okay. Are y'all ready to laugh? She wrote, "Go Max," right? 12,000 views. Do you see who responded to her? Natalie Jean Basner, aka, according to Torian, the failed actress. And she got so hurt by that, she shared the brother's video. And I think she blocked him, but it was hilarious. And I remember him saying that the only thing she had a problem with was I called her a failed actress. Cool. You see what she wrote? Ratchet defending Ratchet checks out. You let this failed actress, Shemeka Michelle, call you Ratchet. And you stood there and allowed it. You don't believe me. I figured you didn't. We gonna look. So now you got alleged white people all on her side of the thread giving you the business, right? We looking. You didn't respond to her? Wait a minute. This failed actress gave you the business, and black woman, yo, Jean didn't kick in and give her that work. Ain't you from Texas? I know they roast in that state. You allowed this? Let me look. You only You let a failed actress give you the business. Where do we do this at? This is heartbreaking. But we not done. Oh no, we not done. So we all know that Trump launched those strikes the last day of February. The fall off was crazy because ever since he launched those bombs at Iran, it hasn't been much fun on her side. She over here mad at conservatives because they're deviating from the two-parent families. Well, yeah, because you had alleged white baby mamas running around getting knocked up by technocrats. And then when said technocrat didn't want to have anything to do with them or pay them, they decided to expose themselves and it backfired. Likewise, on the other side, you same conservatives brought in black single mothers who said, I love Trump, and promoted them. And then you wonder why me and others said that y'all are two wings of the same buzzard, or the left became the right and the right became the left. If y'all were true conservatives, you never would have allowed them to have their own sector. But you allowed it. Funny how that worked. Can we all agree now that the NAACP doesn't care about the advancement of colored people? Their main objective is to push Democrat loyalty and blackface. So she's still throwing out chum to them because she knows once she really starts talking about this war, if it ramped up, she was going to fight for her life. So she was trying to distract them. So somebody said, Ho, you got a show with Jason Whitlock, quiet. So you replied to that, but you didn't reply to the white woman. So the white woman cursed you out in front of everybody and you stood there and took it. Okay. I see. And if you don't believe me, there you go. She didn't curse her out. Now we're going to go look at the other one. Now we're going to look at Natalie's. Maybe she said it in there. There you go. That's the best she got. A picture. A picture. So let me understand this. This white woman called you ratchet, and the best you could do is put up a picture of Charlie Kirk with Erica Kirk looking like the Bride of Chucky. This is the best you could have done. Ain't you from Texas? Okay. Must be nice. But we're going to go back. So we have a retweet of some bullshit. I was Trump over Hillary, Trump over Biden, Trump over Kamala. I stand by that. What I didn't foresee is Netanyahu becoming the president of the United States. Now you see how much engagement she got because she said that, right? So she knew, okay, I'm in it now. I'm starting to think for myself. I mentioned Trump's name. I'm bringing Netanyahu. I'm giving out the chum. to the anti-Israel Zionist people. Okay. Okay. She's putting up her podcast. All right. Here we go. Genuine request, because I'm open to a different point of view. Can anyone tell me the purpose and benefit to America of attacking Iran? Again, she's in it. This idiot over here, this JV idiot, we already discussed him. We're not even going to look at that. And they're all in there lying to her because they think they know. They know nothing, but okay. Applaud the vulgarity, punish the independent. What is this? Okay, so that's her podcast. Okay, we don't care about that. Let's keep going. She reposted Megan. Oh God. I support the president, but does not mean you have to accept another Middle East war without questions. And anybody who tells you that can suck it. So you're tying yourself to Megyn Kelly. Let's help you. That's not going to work. It's really not. But okay, she thinks it was going to work. Over 400,000 views. Okay. Jason Whitlock, the WNBA studs are unsatisfied with potentially being paid $1 million for the season. Why am I not surprised? Let them negotiate. By Felicia. Now, notice she didn't pick up on this. She didn't pick up on this. See, you triggered the algorithm by talking about Trump and Iran. That's what they want to see from you now. So I'm saying, you talking about, broke down Jasmine Crockett. They didn't care. They only gave you 15,000. Look, 24,000. And this is your original post. They don't care. They don't want to hear from this. Roy Cooper is now the official Democratic nominee for U.S. Senate here in North Carolina. Boo, can we get some redistricting here? So you left Texas and went to North Carolina. Okay, say less. Keep going. Latina Brown, this clown, but we're gonna let her have it. You're reposting the Griff. Okay. Keep going. Reposting Whitlock. Trying to work off the Griff. Here we go. I'm here for today's marching orders. Let me be sure I'm clear. I can't question Israel. I have to pledge my loyalty or else. I have to agree with everything President Trump does or else. You're not MAGA. Man, we saw your videos from the first administration. You agreed with everything he said. You stood with him. I have to trust all the BS I see happening with Turning Point USA because these are Charlie's friends and mentors. The CEO's a grieving widow. I must hate Tucker. Candace is a demon. I should be a Christian, although it really doesn't matter because Jews who reject Jesus are actually God's chosen people. Did I miss anything? You see how much engagement she got? Again, she mentioned Trump. Okay. Here we go. Another one who came to the party late but was never MAGA. Take a stand and stick with it. I trust Trump with our children's future. Again, now this is a faceless person. You had smoke. Do you see the response they got? You see the smoke. But Natalie Jean Basner, who has her face out there, you gave her a meme. Okay. More podcasts. Are we still ignoring aggressive cancers and also pretending we don't see an uptick in blood clot related illnesses and deaths? She might be Jamaican. Or are we still trusting the science? 1 second. See how much views she got on that. You can live and think any way you want. Our boys and girls are at war. Talk all the shit you want, but you are on the wrong side of history. It shows. I hope you have the guts to admit it. She said, let's talk about guts. Miss J Bird as a profile pic. Again, a picture profile pic you got smoked for. But a white woman cursed you out and you put up a meme. You might as well not said anything. But all right. What's the right side of history? Which side should I be on? The side where your president said, I'm not for war. That's the side you're supposed to be on. He said no new wars, and he went and started one. Huh. Retweet Matt Walsh. We already know where you're at. While Netanyahu's paying influencers for pro-Israel posts, I need a check for gas. You need a check for gas? What does that mean? Wait. Are you upset that gas is going up? Well, that's interesting. All that money and all that prestige, you can't afford gas? How much North Carolina gas is? Let me look. No, NC gas average. Let me look. What y'all working with? Let me look. When did you do this? March 6th. Okay, let's look. March 6th. Let me see what y'all was working with. I guess that Twitter check ain't hitting on shit. So March 6th, it was 338. Figure you probably got one of them new cars. 12 or 15 gallon tank. You can't afford $40. What's up, Donnie? You can't afford $40 to fill up your gas tank, madam. $40, $50. Huh. Interesting. Keep going. You're retweeting Boyce Watkins, so we already know your thought process, but that's okay. So many Americans get upset when you mention Israel and Netanyahu. Americans. Okay. It's like they think he's the best president they've ever had. Netanyahu. What Americans are these? You must be talking about the people online. Ooh. Here we go again. Grifting. What happened to those $2,000 tariff checks? What happened to vets receiving those 1776 checks? What happened to $5,000 Doge checks? Y'all listened to him say that and y'all believed him. You didn't ask any questions about how are you going to pay for this. Okay, cool. By the way, these are the same folk who heard no tax on overtime, no tax on tips, no tax on Social Security, and didn't realize he changed the tax codes and everybody's thresholds went up, which means you're probably going to have to pay more and you might get back less. But you're hoping for that $2,000 check, right? Okay. You think Trump was going to give you $7,000 just cuz, right? Just cuz. If I was Elon Musk, I'd be mad as hell over the work I put in with Doge. I'd still want my 5K though. Doge was a scam, man. And it's just funny that when we said it last year that it was a scam, we got laughed out the building. And now all of a sudden they're under deposition in DC, the people that used to work there and still work there for some of them. And they're saying that they didn't do much except steal people's data. Oops. But I figured you were going to go with the official narrative. I figured that. But you see how much engagement she got there, right? 4K. All right. So you over here talking like this and then have the nerve to retweet Rizza Islam? Okay. You're retweeting this. Okay. Okay. I know I'm taking you all on a long journey, but the end is coming soon. So paying high gas prices during the Biden administration was us being good Americans. Now, I see what she was trying to do here. She was trying to change it, try to catch the algorithm off guard by blaming Biden, and she figured she'd get a boost. The algorithm already set on you, man. 5K. You ain't finna blame Biden your way to 1 million views. Retweeting Olivia Rondeau. Last night I dreamed I was hanging out with LaToya Jackson. On the bright side, at least it wasn't Michael or Tito. You wrote that 4 days ago. Okay. And he put up this video. Heels dance class. Okay. Yeah. You wrote this. BB did it BB did it and Trump knew. You had to scratch out Trump's name. Well, you spelled it wrong. Okay. 6.7. Sure. Now you're knocking Erica Kirk. 13,000. Do you see the griff? Y'all see the griff? Okay, now we're going to knock Erica Kirk. Okay. I forgot she teen candy. Conservatives went from, she put that there, 6 months to be exact. Okay. 3.5. In just 6 months, the U.S. government deleted Charlie Kirk or sat quiet and watched, covered up for human T people, and then told the American people, go F yourselves because Israel. 19,000. So now you're playing conspiracy theory. Oh, okay. MAGA, make America great again. Just a reminder. Michael Flynn Jr. Okay. Putting up videos. Look, retweeting griffs. Okay. We see you. We see you. Retweeting Marjorie Taylor Greene. We see you. Today is March 12, 2026. I can't believe strong masculine Trump is being advised by a sissy. Strong masculine Trump. Where? Mr. Bone Spurs? Bone Spurs? Okay. Okay. Bone Spurs. And they're cooking him and her in here. Okay. I'm actually still really pissed off that Charlie Kirk was deleted and none of the performative BS by anyone salivating to take his place is making me any less angry. 19,000. So now you're going to have to Turning Point USA. She's so erratic with these tweets. She don't know where to go. And it's funny. Did Donald Trump Jr. build a parallel economy? 585 views. Nobody cared about that. They want to see you crash out. Please help me understand. So we need Israel in order to exist, survive, and be America first. Huh? Huh? If Charlie Kirk remains the head of Turning Point USA, the right has an anti-Semite problem. I will follow them into the coming elections. Look what she really? Huh? Gas prices are on the rise. Midterms are in November. Regular people, not just paid influencers, will be going to the polls. Just a reminder. She put down the Kool-Aid and she's thinking. Fam, come on. Oh, Lord have mercy. Shemeka Michelle, let me holler at you. You can be a conservative in peace. Nobody would fault you for doing that. If that's your principles, that's your principles. But what we're not going to let you do is try to rewrite history. You were better off deleting your tweets. You were warned for 3 years, technically 6, but we're not going to give MAGA that much. You were warned for 3 years. Up until technically 2. We'll do 2. We'll be nice. November 15, 2022, you were warned when he said, I'm going to run again. You had folks say, listen, it's going to be different. He's not going to be the same president he was before. I understand that the world's changed, but he's not playing with a full deck. He don't care. He's pissed because he got kicked out because his supporters didn't come outside for him and he ran a bad campaign. But you fools were told for 2 years, his agenda he putting up out there is not going to work. We're better off starting new. And it does not mean go vote for Kamami. It means let's burn the system. Since y'all keep saying burn the system, Republicans and Democrats are no good. Burn the system. We should have elected one of the outliers, but you didn't want to do that because you wanted to go dunk on the liberals or the conservatives. So y'all went and followed the same system you said you were going to burn. And now he's in here and it's taking him nothing but 16 months to screw everything up almost. And yes, 16 months because he was really starting all this stuff in October of 2024. He was really starting this stuff. Where it came to a point where you started hearing it. But this stuff was really planned the day he got kicked out in 2021. But y'all still sat up there and said, oh, it was going to change. It was going to be different. You see a little bit of fluctuation downward in a positive trend. It's like, see, you guys are panicking. Look, everything's going to work out. He knows what he's doing. And then it goes off the rails. You start blaming Democrats. It goes off the rails, you blame Israel. It goes off the rails, you blame Iran. You should be blaming BRICS, but that's intellectual heavy lifting that you can't do. Now that he did something or some things that you don't like, now you want to jump off the train. No. And if you're going to sit up there and talk about how you're going to burn your MAGA hats, I suggest you keep them. Because the way it's going, you will have to burn them to keep yourself warm. That man is selling us out to Asia every day. And y'all don't want to see it because you're going to find out that you backed the wrong horse. And no, Kamami would have did the same thing, except we would have been warring with Iran from last year. The global order is shifting. And Trump's in on it. It should have alarmed you and it should have spurred you to think, you know what, he might be in on it when you found out that he's building a whole hotel all the way over there in Doha, Qatar. He's not building it in Chicago. He's not building it in New York. And you figured he might have built it in New York, even though he still has the hotel there. He might have built it in New York. It's his hometown. Why not build it there? He could have built it in Miami. Cuba and them could have seen it. He could have, hell, now black people want to go on for this, but he could have built it in Atlanta. They're putting up skyscrapers in Atlanta now. He could have built it in Texas. Could have built it in Detroit. Like Detroit don't need the money. He could have did it there. He could have did it on the West Coast, even though he don't like the West Coast like that. He could have did it in Phoenix. No, he did it way in the Middle East. And none of y'all picked up on it. He heel turned on y'all at the State of the Union, and y'all still sat up there and was riding with him, saying how great his State of the Union was. Oh, he trolled the Democrats. He made them expose themselves to how they're not America first. And then 2 weeks later, he shows you he's not America first by bombing Iran and forcing them to close the Strait of Hormuz and screw up major business and help London and England make hella money. And when I say England, I'm not talking about the country. I'm talking about Lloyd's of London, a corporation. Corporations are bigger than the government. I say London because they're part of the unholy trinity. But okay. Now you want to act like, oh, Trump, I'm disappointed in him. Ride with your mans. When we were disappointed with Obama, y'all sat up there and said, oh, ride with Obama. When them liberals were disappointed in Biden, y'all said, ride with Biden. Ride with your people. But anyway, y'all, hopefully you learned something. If you did a dumb job, if not, I try to be better next time. We got that upload coming tomorrow, so it should be fun. We hope. And then, like I said, the new schedules start this coming week. Lives Thursday evening, uploads on Sundays. We're going to have some good ones for you, hopefully. And hopefully that'll jar the algorithm. But anyway, and get us to some consistency. So y'all enjoy the rest of your evening. I'm going back to keep writing on this Double Dragon. It's actually fire right now. All right, Jay the Informant, I hear you. So y'all take care, stay safe, and you know what to do when the agents of chaos come to mess up your existence.
Land of the free, home of the brave. I'm the new black Moses, here to free the slaves. From the Democrats, break the chain, walk away, make America great again. They want to see our babies dead and our men in a cage. Block our freedom of speech, take away our 12 gauge. Dump Trump, are you drinking booze? Check the past. We ain't got nothing to lose. We had little boy Bush who didn't give a fuck, who came after Clinton who just got his dick sucked. Then I'll bring change. That's what I do. What's Obama? He never did shit for you. Please, back to back, we were played like fools. For men and women's restrooms, pissing on the stools. Put illegal immigrants over people like me. No habla inglés, then ICE. What the hell? I ain't done. I'm coming back. Stay where you are.
Robert, stop it. Y'all quit playing. Quit playing. Robert. I didn't do this stuff. This is not me. I'm fighting for my life.
That's how she's going to sound when it all comes crashing down.
Oh, here it goes.
Time's up.
Get your ass up. We gotta get out of here now.
Oh. But did we have a good time here? Hello?
Gotta get your groove on.
At the end of the day gotta end.
And that's it.